y'all. I know it's been a while, like a long while since I've been on here. I mean, it's like, especially with life and shit going on, I've been just trying to figure my life out and myself in general. I've finally decided to get back into, doing photography as well as graphic design. I did it a little bit, like I dabbled in it a little bit in, while I was in undergrad, but it wasn't like me actually getting paid for it. It was just like a little bit experimental. So I'm going to try it since I haven't actually been doing anything. I think I haven't did graphic design in probably maybe, I want to say 3 years. So from what I was making 3 years ago to compare to what I make now, like 3 years ago, I would say it wasn't the best. Um, Now I'm actively getting better, I could say. But who knows? Everything is just sometimes it's everywhere. And not gonna lie, that in itself is very frustrating and exhausting sometimes. Cause, okay, I'm gonna switch you guys over here really fast. Cause sometimes it's like having to try to understand yourself and like understand the things that you want to do, but also like just being. I feel like I keep getting myself out of the frame. I'm sorry. It's like I know what I want to do, and I know that all the stuff that I have to do, but it's like everything is so costly. Um, Excuse me, everything is so fucking expensive, especially because inflation. But it's also like I'm not even able to actually like get customers for the things that I want to do. Like, if you follow me or just been subscribed to my channel, probably I want to say since I was, because I had this channel, but it was like I was on and off when I was uploading because I kept deleting the things. And honestly, because it was just, I guess it was just me and like being with like the 6 C, especially like as a teenager, it was too much going on. And it was like, at the time, it was like I was just chasing something and I got tired of doing it. And so I was like, okay, I'm not gonna really, I guess, post on here for real like that when it comes to like doing YouTube and stuff. But then I ended up changing my mind once I got back to college. Because I was like, you know what? I guess I'll just show, the real aspect of being an all-around creative performing artist. And when I say that, because I'm multidisciplinary, don't have the money right now to get the instruments that I actually know how to play. Because when I was in high school, not high school, when I was in grade school, and junior high, middle school, I learned to play the clarinet, saxophone, and trumpet. Whenever I'm able to get my finances right, those are some of the instruments I want to get, as well as a guitar. I have a piano and a harmonica. Currently teaching myself how to do that. I have all these books, all these games. I write. I have like a laptop, iPad, my phone, I guess you can say, notebooks, um, and tattoo equipment. It's like even art equipment as well. It's like all the aspects of me being able to create, I have them, but it's like I still need to set my desk up. Some of the things that I said I was gonna start, I did, even though it was like I stopped for a while or it was just lagging on it. Like I remember I talked about wanting a podcast. I have a podcast now. It's on Substack if you would like to hear. If you would like to view it or anything, it's called it's my Substack name is Mo Money. The podcast is called Vulnerability Sundays. The overall Substack theme that I usually post that podcast on is called Impossible Meatballs of Vulnerability. But it's just, me of all aspects of being vulnerable. And just like I guess, yeah, me being vulnerable, being honest about like my identity as a trans mask lesbian who's a stud. who is black and experiencing all these things in real time, like me crowdfunding, doing mutual aid, because I don't have the funds or I'm not able to find a job that actually matches my career or that actually wants me to do something. So me picking up, doing some of the things that I always love to do, which is like tattooing. Actually, tattooing, I'm teaching myself to tattoo. I actually have to get a printer to be able to print my stencils out. So I haven't been able to like actually get back starting to practice tattooing because I wanted to tattoo myself. Because not gonna lie to you, so it's been a hard like, I think it's probably, I can say 2 years. It's been a hard 2 years, 2 to 3 years maybe, or a year, and it's just like I'm trying to get everything together and I'm trying to get stuff that I need for myself. But how can I do this and how can I do that with like so much? It feels like, just it's on my back, or even it's just like a load on itself for me. And I'm not complaining. I'm not trying to be like get people to, I don't know. People aren't even empathetic anyway. So it's like you can't really get people to do anything if we're being honest. Like, people only have sympathy for things that they actually care about, or if it actually, happens to them. Because, like, if it's not them, they don't give a fuck, or they don't really care. So, it was like, why would I want to help you, or why would I want to do that? Because I don't give a fuck. And I never want to be that apathetic at all. Never ever don't want to be that, because I am a very sympathetic person. I'm a very empathetic person. But it's like, despite all of that, you know, um, people will find a reason, or like they will find something to say. They will find a reason to, you can, if you just got a job, bro, the job market is non-existent. And I don't know if y'all have done y'all research. People gonna continue to tell me that, oh yeah, even though that I'm very smart, I guess people don't assume I read articles or fucking books. So what they do is they try to tell me, how to, I guess, live my life and how to be myself. Honestly, I don't even know how to, like, cause I have a degree. I graduate in May. Sorry, didn't tell you guys. Didn't even get to do a vlog that I wanted to do. But I graduated in May of this year, and the degree I have is in visual and performing arts. So, with me being a multidisciplinary artist, creative, I want to do so much. That's why I have like I decided to start my own media company in 2020. Uh, as well as like, me picking up my hobby from like high school with photography. Same thing with doing videography. Like, I want to be a filmmaker. I want to create plays, create films. I want to create photography, so many other forms of art. Whether that be, me, especially with graphic design, making posters for artists or movies, or like even brands, logos, and stuff like that. It's like, the reason that I'm doing so much of that I'm doing is because I want to do it for me. And I'm trying to get to the point where I'm actually able to, get customers that actually succeed in what I want to do. And I'm trying to get better with that. My best friend actually kind of helped me with that. Like, we're both witches. So they did like a sweetener spell. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I tend to forget to do the sweetener spell, and it's never purposely. It's just when I get up in the morning, or no, not the sweetener spell. When I forget to read the affirmations, it's not because it's very intentional. It's just because I get busy like very early in the morning. It's like, as soon as I wake up, I either check my iPad or my phone, and it's not necessarily to check it to see like because of like social media. Honestly, it's to check it to see if anybody booked with me for photography, or if anybody shared my crowd fund, because it's like I'm actively fucking struggling, and like I don't know. I guess it's just kind of. I'm not trying to laugh. I have a very dark and dry sense of humor, but my sense of humor is everywhere, if we're being honest. But it's just, I just think it's kind of funny to me about like my experience and like what I'm going through, because it's like it doesn't seem real, but at the same time, it's a very real thing. Cause I live in the South. I'm from Louisiana, the northern part of Louisiana. If you can't tell by this accent, um, same state that Delta Airlines was created, and state and city, Monroe, Louisiana. Um, Same place where Huey P. Newton's family escaped from to go to California, even though there was basically just the it was literally the South in another font, but we're not gonna talk about that. And I think like also with me being able to do all these things, it's like it'll help me be able to actually just, because it makes me feel light. It makes me, that's how I'm able to communicate with the world. That's how I'm able to get in touch and know with the world more. And especially with all these genocides and humanitarian crisis going on, like in Africa, Palestine, Venezuela, Cuba, Haiti, um, Democratic Republic of Congo, cousins. I didn't forget about y'all. That's why I said Africa. I'm sorry. Because I am Congolese and Angolan descent, so I don't ever want to forget about those facing that. Like a lot of people don't know about the things that are happening in Angola. Like for the past maybe I want to say 5 years, Angola has like no type of actually media coverage, like especially for what's going on and how like the government in Angola tries to make sure they aren't able to talk about that. Similar to what's going on, I get, yeah, in America, like they it's getting taken over by fascists. And people are trying to ignore the fact that it does not matter if you are a Democrat or a Republican. You can be fascist. You can be a nationalist. Like, I'm not gonna be a pro-patriot. I did not choose to come here. My ancestors were taken from where they were originally from and forced to be here as enslaved people. And honestly, it's time for us to actually just, stand up and fight. Because and also keep letting people know, like, what's going on in all these areas of genocides, even though and it's like that in itself sometimes becomes tiring, because it's like people don't believe you even if you show them videos of what's actually going on. Excuse me. And so everybody gets to talking about, internet activists, your internet activism. They don't understand how much internet activism is important, because baby, there are a lot of people who are disabled. This It does not matter if it's physical abilities that are visible or invisible disabilities. It's like internet activism is very helpful and very connective, of course, because that's how we continue to know like what is actively going on in Palestine, how we know what isn't real isn't doing. And honestly, majority of everything leads back to isn't real. Because like I remember I was trying to tell people a while back that the diamond mine that they have, or the even majority of the mines, because in Congo we have they have cobalt and other resources that people want. So there's a diamond mine in Africa, especially in Congo. They get those children who are youngest be 2 years old to dig and basically die to get a fucking diamond that's basically worthless. And Israel has something to do with that. I can't remember the man's last name, but I know his first name is David. And it's like it's so much going on in the world, and so many people are like just apathetic. And that is honestly the reason why we continue to really need art. That's why art is so important. And people also forget like the term art is reflective of life, which it is. Like we cannot not like talk about what like what's going on in life without putting it in our art. Either that be no matter the medium. That's why I know I'm a storyteller through and through. Like when it comes to creation, I'm not gonna lie. Half the time I don't think anything that I do is very good, but other people enjoy it. Sometimes I'll post whatever I've done, and then maybe a few years or a few months, it depends how I'm feeling, I'll tweak it and then try to bring it back and show like another like a style of me doing it. And so, like, to get back to what I was saying, it's just a lot of people are very apathetic, and this is to say that does not mean you have to be. The world needs people who care. That's why art is so important. If you don't make, if you, art is void without emotion or void without care, it's nothing. Like, why would I want a painting you gave me if it has no meaning? Why would I want a poem you gave me if it has no meaning? Why would I want to watch gibberish? That's why we can't watch some of the stuff that's on TV, because majority of it is a distraction. So it's like half of the stuff that they create, it doesn't make sense. And you probably see yourself drifting more and more and more to animation, even though although animators were on strike because they weren't underpaid and weren't being appreciated. They're artists. So it's like the same thing to think about the actors. When the actors went, even though honestly, them actors were some bitches. Because when they went on strike, they folded like it was a motherfucker. I'm not letting AI, I'm not letting AI do this, that, and the third. Some of them let AI and they working with AI. And it's like, I can't really fuck with it. Like, okay, when it comes to, correcting your grammatical errors, or, maybe probably needing help, like needing help with grammar, needing help with making a sentence sound more cohesive or more professional, that's a little helpful. But to write a whole goddamn paragraph, a whole goddamn book with AI, or to make a whole goddamn movie, a film with AI, that's not smart. It's polluting waters, it's polluting the air. There are so many towns in the South that are affected by this. Like Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee. There, Elon Musk decided to put his AI company out there, and it's polluting and poisoning their water, and they're not able to drink it. And so it's not helpful, because not only was Tennessee benefiting, off of their own water, or trying to survive off of their own water, Mississippi was too. Because as people still constantly forget, Mississippi, Jackson, Mississippi, and many other areas in Mississippi that I can't recall right now, don't have the proper water, proper drinking water to either bathe, um, wash their food, like cooking, all those types of things. The same thing is happening in a town, in a city in Louisiana. The city is called Tallulah. Um, or some people refer to it as Madison. It's Madison Parish. Um, if you don't know, Louisiana has parishes, but they don't have good drinking water at all, because it's like they have to continue, to use bottles of water. Same thing what happens in Flint. Like people continue, like, that's what blows my mind. The amount of money that they need. There are so many black billionaires that have the money, and that literally would try to go down there and take pictures with Miss Flint. And I think baby girl's about to be 18 in probably 2-3 years. I don't know. She probably be already 18. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like all this stuff that's happening. Like, I think people have been telling y'all that billionaires don't give a fuck, especially capitalists. And with Jay-Z saying capitalism, that's a slur. No, the fuck it's not. No, the fuck it's not. You just want to be okay with being a capitalist. You want to be okay stealing money from people who deserve it. Stealing money from people who probably have to get 2 to 3 jobs in order to get food. Like, and billionaire, this is the thing with even cutting Medicaid. Why the fuck is the government worried about insurance companies, and insurance companies make billions of dollars? And guess who they friends is? Them billionaires. So honestly, it was not even about poor, the other, why can't somebody who's able-bodied, that wasn't about that. It wasn't. It's about them making money and keeping money for themselves. They don't want to end up paying taxes, which doesn't make sense to me. You want to pay less taxes because you make more money. If you're a billionaire or a millionaire, you're not gonna fucking know if $1,000 or $200,000 is fucking missing out of your fucking bank account. You want a motherfucker who makes $725, because in Louisiana and other areas in down south, you still get $725, and they might raise it up a quarter, $750, $775, stuff like that. And you want those people to get more than one job so that they're able to feed themselves and their family, but also so that they can get health care. How can you do that when the job market is non-existent right now? There are people hiring people. There are companies hiring people specifically to create ghost jobs and make you apply. That is why you haven't heard anything from a certain job. And majority of the time, please, I need people also to stop making that if a job sends you they decided to go somebody else, and somebody, like, there's a video I saw that somebody said, oh, you should thank the company. Majority of the time the email is from a no reply. But also, even if it's not from a no reply, do not thank that company. Do not. Because, baby, I never got the idea of, if you know I didn't get the job, honestly, don't email me. If I did, yeah, email me. But why would you email me or call me just to tell me that I didn't get the job? That's a waste of time. Like, shit is irritating. And everybody is not, like, it's getting closer. I talked about this on my podcast. Like, the last 2 months, which is this month and next month, people are going to be more and more and more and more and more for themselves. Like, people were already apathetic, but people and niggas literally actively ignore mutual aid and crowdfunding. See, post something about needing help. Oh, them niggas gonna ignore it. Oh, I get it if you're not able to help or you're not able to donate. But it's like, if you have transportation, why not try to help out a neighbor or somebody that's near you or somebody that you care about? Like, I never got that. Like, people try to act like they care, but it's a lot of people are very performative. There are a lot of performative activists. Like, that's what they try to compare internet activism to, being performative. Like, performative activism. But no, majority of the people who do internet activism aren't performative. Some of the people who are, probably out in the streets majority of the time and try to record the shit, oh, they're performing. Majority of the things that you do that has to do with revolting or community aid, because people forget revolting and resistance is community care, is crowdfunding, is mutual aid. People forget that shit. So they try to, get out in the street, record, or even maybe get on Instagram, get on Twitter, TikTok, record themselves during, the march and shit. Why? Why do you need to do that? Them people gonna get your face like a motherfucker. Like, we're already in a high surveillance state. Because it's actively fuck the government. I've been know they probably been tap my phone, especially what I be talking to my best friend about, and how I be just on my podcast going in, or just like talking aloud, or just even retweeting or reposting stuff, like either on my Instagram, whether that be my private or like my business one. Because it's like, they want us to be like so closed eyed, so wet behind the ears, like we don't know nothing. But being black in the world, you can't even just say America. Being black in the world, you cannot not know anything. Like, we've always been the ones to know about revolts. We've always been the ones, to help out, or to even give advice, or to even seek advice. So we don't even like try to, I guess to say, like, yeah, as a Sulani, it's like everything in itself has a lot, and is a lot, but that's not, you can't let that take away from your person or from yourself, actually. Because, I mean, oh yeah, I ain't let y'all see my shirt. I'm literally just a boy. Uh, but like, as like a person, as a human being, like, why can't people be more empathetic? Why can't people just know that some things are wrong? Also, kind of know some people aren't autistic, and some people are neurodivergent in any way or form. So the way that they process or even think about things, like if a person is racist or somebody's abusive, these niggas take shrooms and they cry. Oh, you're an awful person. The only time I cried from a shroom is because I missed I okay. I cried from shrooms, a shroom trip because I was grieving really bad. Like, I missed my great aunt, and this was probably in the year 2022. So around 2022 to 2024, I can say. Maybe there was. I feel like there was 2023. That this room trip, because it was like around the 2 to 3 months when I would get shrooms. I was crying because I was getting groomed and I was grieving. I was grieving my great aunt that passed away, but I also was grieving the friends that I lost and this experience that I was having. Like, I could not believe everything that was happening to me. Like, I wanted to believe that people actually cared about me. And that's the problem with being from the Deep South and being black. You think, especially Louisiana, you think like everybody that's majority, especially if they're older than you, that they're just being nice. They're just being kind. You know, they just want to help you out. They're like an uncle, a grandma, a great aunt. Whole time, no, baby. No. Because I had a professor, he was actually grooming me to get him young girls. Glad I never did that, but bro, it just blew my mind. And then like around it, before that happened, or before I actually was able to realize that was happening, it was a librarian that worked on campus. This lady tried to groom me into being a man for her. She thought it was going to turn into a trans man because obviously I have facial hair. And I think a lot of people forget PCOS. Yes, I am trans mass. Yes, I am trans. But I am not a trans man. I will never be a man. A boy, yes. A girl, sometimes. A woman, a black woman, yeah. Only to lesbians. Only to black lesbians, though. The man, hell yeah. A man, never. That nigga, you know it. But, yeah, it's just like a lot of things have been traumatizing this past year. And it's been about a lot of grief and releasing. So I'm thankful for like the things that I've experienced. But I won't put that shit on nobody else. Like, this shit is not fun. You learn lessons, of course, yes, all this shit, but people are really weird and only care when things happen to them. I don't even got nothing else to say to that. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this long ass video since I haven't been back. But I'll talk to y'all soon. Love y'all. Peace out, babies. Said that I'm a cool cat. Fuck that. Tell them bitches I'm a top dog. Get shot. Rollin' when I let the pro.